Movies in Hell. I'm Chris Geiger.
I'm LaClaw Scott, and today we are reviewing Against the Ice.
Against the Ice is a Netflix movie, but we got to see it in the Paris Theater Tuesday, so 2 nights ago, before it started streaming. It started streaming yesterday, March 3rd, 2022. And we got to see the showing where the star was actually doing a Q&A afterwards. So Nikolai Coster-Waldau is the star. He's also listed as the director and a screenwriter. And
yeah, writer and producer. Yeah.
Yes. So multi-talented on this.
Yes. Well, it is the tale, or I guess it's not a tale because it was based on a true story of an expedition to find a territory in the Arctic and basically verify that there is a territory in the Arctic and then to see if Finland can claim that territory. So it was this, it's a treacherous story of going through the Arctic, and the co-star or main co-star is Joe Cole, and he plays a mechanic that helps Nikolai's character, Mikkelsen, find these diaries and maps, etc., of the previous expediters or
Expedition?
Yeah, previous people on the expedition. I want to call them expediters. That's probably not the right term. Explorers. There we go. It's like it could be. I need to simplify. So explorers. I thought it was a beautifully shot film. I was like, I'm surprised at all the snow and the wintry. I guess that was. I mean, the story takes place early 20th century. But just seeing, knowing that they filmed in Finland and in, I think, Denmark, and seeing all the snow and seeing their outfits, hilarious, but that a lot of the shots were real. And that was very interesting for me.
Definitely. I've been watching a lot of those reality shows about Alaska recently, so I really like the similarities. They have the dog teams, and
Yes.
There are some scenes with the dogs that are amazing.
Yes.
And just, I thought it was beautifully shot. I think, in the Q&A afterwards, he says that his wife is from Greenland and they feel very close to that community. And so it was very inspiring for them to be able to film there. Part of it is filmed there, and to just bring attention to that film community. It's such a small population.
Yes.
He said approximately 1% of the population of Greenland was able to attend the premiere of their movie.
I think that's so neat. I'm sure that there's like a lot of pride, and I'm just kind of happy. I think the story is really good, and I'm glad that he wrote and produced it and Netflix backed him on it, because I think that, I wish that there were more stories about more exploration and the behind the scenes mechanisms of, financing an expedition, trying to figure out like the inner workings of these territories. I think it's very important. It's probably like very, very hard history to tell, but still it needs to be told. And I appreciate kind of that realness, but I'm like, oh, there's so many other stories that we need to hear, like, seriously.
Right. I thought towards the end, I don't think we're spoiling anything. People really actually know what happened to Greenland, so we're but I thought towards the end, when they were stuck there and it was just the two of them, and they had been together for so long, and they know their food is running out. They know that no one is coming to rescue them because the water is frozen. They couldn't be rescued even if someone wanted to. And so there's sort of, he's kind of going crazy. And it reminded me of the Lighthouse, of
Oh my
course.
gosh. Yes.
And I kept thinking, we should do a thing on the Lighthouse. But I felt like the Lighthouse was good up to a point. And then it sort of went to crazy town, like more than I thought it would. And I thought this was a very good portrayal of what you would go through psychologically if you were in this situation. Joel Cole character, their names are so similar. Ivor Nicholson and Ivan Iverson.
Yes.
So, but the Iverson character, I thought he was very good. He almost seemed too sane.
Yes, that is true. Like he kept it together. And I thought that he would be kind of like that super annoying person. Like, you know, he's very anxious. He was very happy to be on this expedition with this like well-known explorer. And then you're getting into year 2, seeing this person every single day and basically not having time apart, you know, would probably drive anyone insane. And there's a moment in the movie where he finds a record and I was like, this probably is like the worst thing that could happen. I agree. I thought, you know, immediately when I guess Nicholson character started to think about his girlfriend and seeing all these things, I immediately thought of the Lighthouse. And I actually liked kind of like the stir craziness and the surrealism. And because I think that you know, the images and kind of like that feeling of isolation leads into these like tall tales of like, you know, mermaids, are they real? Like or like air balloons, are they real? And then, you start to see things, you start to feel things, and then when something happens, not going to spoil, but like it coming back to Mickelson's character and that having such a profound effect on him. Even just, I mean, it's not all kind of like dour, but even the simple, leaving a note, like something that is like, oh, for us today, and things like that could happen, so that you're trying to communicate, but then you're trying to do things as fast as possible to increase your chances of survival.
Yeah, I did like the movie. I thought it was great. Let's pull up the slides.
Yeah.
What's interesting about him, and I also think this is interesting about Diane Kruger, is that they don't speak English natively. Or I mean, that's not their first language, but they're so fluent that you would never know. But yeah, so props to them. Like, just how, I mean, I tried to learn Korean and I can't. And like, but
it's never too late.
I know, but yes, props to them for their linguistic abilities. So you gave this a 19. Where do we differ? Acting
I did. So let's see. For me, I thought Jory underperformed. Like, I just don't recall seeing any.
His locket.
That's right. Oh gosh. And it was a moment of whether or not they knew that the food was safe.
Right. Which I've never heard that. I'm going to have to look that up.
Same. I mean, regardless, they still ate it, but there was a really good moment. So that was for me. You gave it a 3 for Reader's Choice.
I did. To me, and maybe it's just because I've been away for 2 months, but being back in New York, being able to go to the Paris Theater to an event where, just for it's not like there was an upcharge. It was the normal price of a ticket to the Paris Theater. And you get to see the actor, director, producer, screenwriter, like that's an amazing experience. And so from a Reader's Choice perspective, I wanted to give it a bump. The story I thought was good. There were a couple questions I had towards the end, like, which I won't say because this is going to come out while it's still pretty new, but you'll watch it, you'll see, you'll have the same question. So yeah, I thought that was great. From a Reader's Choice perspective, I would recommend it definitely, especially if you like any of those Alaska shows, or if
you like survival.
Yeah, or like even Game of Thrones, right? If you were a Game of Thrones, I think there were a lot of Game of Thrones fans
Oh yeah, for sure.
in that audience. Also, if you were a woman of a certain age, you were like high percentage of that audience. So yeah, I thought it was a fun night out.
So it's ambiance. I can see that. Yes, it was great. I've never been to the Paris Theater, so that it's on my radar. And so now, thanks to you, Chris, had the opportunity. Great Q&A. I mean, the film is an hour and 40, which is good. But yeah, I mean, I would definitely recommend, and I have recommended it.
And the Paris Theater. So I mean, sometimes I get promos, like emails from them, but I hardly ever go because it's just not something. They're usually showing something that I can see somewhere else.
Yes.
But they have, when they announced kind of things that are coming up for them, those things sounded interesting.
Yeah.
They're going to do a Jane Campion programming
Yes.
a couple of weeks, and she's going to be there one of the showings. And I can't remember what the other one that they
I
said
think
was.
they're gonna do the Mitchells versus the Machines and have the writers come in and talk about it. So I feel like they're probably going, the next couple weeks on that Oscar nomination track. But yeah, now I feel like I need to be on the lookout or like subscribe to their newsletter to figure out what else is going to be there.
Yeah, the Paris Theater seems like they have interesting things coming up. They did do a Maggie Gyllenhaal thing they mentioned that just ended, where she talked about The Lost Daughter, her movie that's up for an Oscar. And then she also she selected some movies that inspired her as she was putting that movie together. So it seems interesting. Yeah, good. Though that'll be on our radar going forward.
Yes.
Do you have anything to plug for this episode?
I do not have anything to plug. Looking forward to seeing the programming from the Paris Theater. That'd be cool. You know what would be interesting is if you were able to watch like the Oscars stream there, kind of like a event. I feel as though almost like some movie theaters had like streamed the Super Bowl. That would be fun to watch, like the Academy Awards in a theater amongst like other moviegoers. So
that would
Netflix, maybe make it happen.
Do I have anything to plug? I don't think so. That the BTS concert is live streaming, apparently coming up soon.
Yes.
So look for that. It'll be an iHeart Korean movie selection, probably.
Yay.
So, all right. Well, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.